For those of you watching the recording, welcome. I'm excited to dive into today's the inner child aspect of what I call feeling for healing, or just an emotional healing, a self-compassionate healing process. For me, is the biggest bang for our buck. And it is something that largely has just shown up spontaneously throughout my own self-healing. Yes, I'm aware that there is a profoundly large body of work that supports this kind of premise. But for me, it really was just diving into some of the immediate challenging moments in my life and just really feeling them. All of a sudden, if I really felt them, right, like really surrendered into that feeling, just dove fully and started to give my feelings a voice, moments from childhood would just flash. It was so clear. And so I started to work with those moments instead of just work with the pain that he doesn't love me, I'm betrayed, I'm not enough. It was in my working situation at the time. What started to flash was very clear moments of little Zoe from childhood when she was feeling unappreciated, unloved, and definitely abandoned and alone after my mum passing. So it's just a profound gift. And the other thing that I will say before I call in the light and then have us play with this, because this is a bit more of a play focus today rather than a deep healing focus, is that I don't believe that it's actually that important about the accuracy of what's going on. So the biggest value that I find in this is that, so when a traumatized response is in my field, i.e., I'm feeling betrayed, I'm in fight or flight, I'm not in a relaxed responding to life way, I'm in fight or flight, like I'm not okay, I'm really sad, I'm really angry, like I'm triggered. When that is up, as we know from neuroscience, interpersonal neurobiology, what's so important is allowing that physiological feeling, but also letting ourselves feel compassion, feel loved, feel seen, like get what we needed back then and still what we get now. It's very hard for me to give that to myself as a 47-year-old woman. I just feel like I should have figured this out by now. Why am I still XYZ? Why am I still out of balance in this way? Why am I right? It's hard for me to really feel compassion, to let myself off the hook. But if I really simply just allow a small moment from my childhood, and that's why I say I don't believe that the accuracy is that important. And I think the more connected we become, good luck it not being accurate, because when we really feel that somatic experience, those source memories do come online. But I want us not to get caught up in that, because the accuracy doesn't matter. All that matters is that we're able to connect with a smaller experience of little Zoe, of little you, so that we feel that, right? Like if I'm feeling like betrayed or alone in my 47-year-old life, I'll do my best to have compassion. But if I can just in an instant receive little Zoe when she was 3 and dad left, when she was 12 and found out that mum got cancer and had 6 months to live, right? Like there is a rush of energy that's like, oh, it's not your fault. I'm so sorry that you're going through this, and I understand why you're feeling this way. And I also want to put on the table that we've all here, I think, had pretty juicy childhood, so we could point to some like big stuff, but it is also the little stuff, just moments of getting left out by friend groups, moments of just, it's not always the big T trauma. It also can be those small T trauma moments that come present. So that's really what I want to anchor on the table. As I say, I'm going to call in the light and we're going to dive in. But what I want to play with today isn't as much the feeling for healing or what we actually do with these inner child moments, but more to learn the skill to really bring our awareness to how easy it is to receive those flashes. And so what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be calling forward a really fucking challenging moment in our life over the last few months, just feeling it in our body. And as always, we're going to ask the Holy Spirit, that magic of healing grace, to work with us so that we can receive whatever really easy, magical lifting and healing can take place. But our focus today is going to be on, just as we're feeling in the body, just be aware of the first moment that pops in. And that just really honestly being able to be aware of what's the first thing that pops in is the key to intuition, in my experience. And also, according to the people that I trust, the people that I resonate with in terms of, having really profound clairvoyant, spiritual, psychic abilities, really allowing ourselves to open and just trust the first thing that pops in. It's usually our mind that then goes, well, that doesn't make sense. Then we go over here, and then we go over here, and then we go over here, and then we've lost it because it's like a flash. So we're just going to feel in our body, and then we're just going to be aware of, like, what's a moment? And then we're going to feel that for a little bit, go back to feeling, let go of that, and then receive another one. So we're going to receive 3 moments. I did this earlier just to really verify for myself, like, is this a thing? Does this work? And so profoundly felt a situation in my life. And then, just really that feeling, like 3 very quickly. And even just receiving those 3 things, all of a sudden, my whole body moved from like a little more criticism, like, Zoe, what the fuck are you doing? Like, still feeling this or not, through to, oh my Lord, like, I have compassion. I can really soften and relax and bring in that loving and forgiveness to let us go. So let's do this. I am going to, first of all, just ask that we all hold hands. We are in a circle. And we are so fucking grateful to be awake to the truth of this life, which is the invisible love that runs through it all. We're not here to eat cupcakes and fart sprinkles. We're here to pick up the challenges, pick up the hard moments in life, and to expand into our muscles of unconditional love, compassion, and forgiveness. We're here to find the love and the lessons that run through this whole life. And oh my Lord, are there opportunities on this planet right now? More than anything, we are all being called into greater compassion for ourselves and greater compassion for everyone else. And we are here to expand through it all into greater loving. For all of this, we just ask that the whole spirit, that grace guide us. We are here to ask if there is any karma, negativity, imbalance, absolutely anything that can be lifted through grace. We ask that that be done. And we truly anchor this moment in gratitude for how this web of love, this God, this universe truly is always supporting us, always lifting us, and always giving us opportunities to let go of the past and receive the fullness of the love that is now. For all of this, we say thank you. And so it is. So just staying connected within, we're going to do the huge and courageous thing by being aware of what's one moment over the last few weeks, maybe even few months. And also in this moment, trusting what pops in. When haven't you felt okay? Just let that pop in. And we're gonna do our very best to get into our body. Yes, use that moment. So be aware of, like, what was going on? What did you see? What were you hearing? use the senses to, again, feel yourself alive in that moment. And also truly let yourself be in your body. What was going on in your physical body? What was going on in your heart, your stomach, solar plexus, or maybe everywhere? But just really be aware in that challenging moment, what was going on within you. And so we're going to do the very courageous thing of letting go of our mind, letting go of focusing outside, but truly feeling the reality fully again in this moment. And just surrender to it. Kind of like if you've got an itch, really let it itch you. Focus on it fully. Just let it in fully to your body. And now, just over the next few minutes, we're just going to allow ourselves to be aware of an early time when we felt this way. It might be anywhere from, like, we also felt this a few days ago, all the way to the first few months of our life. Right? So just feeling the feeling, focusing on feeling, and then just opening, asking for a moment when you felt this earlier in life, and just being aware of the first thing that pops in. And as soon as it pops in, write it down. And there may be great emotion that comes with that. That's okay. Just continue to surrender, continue to allow. We will be picking our beautiful little inner child up to complete. Just really allow that moment. Be aware of what was going on. If there's anything else you want to write down about this moment, what you're aware of, feel free. And we're going to let go of that beautiful moment, perhaps painful, but definitely beautiful moment. And we're going to, again, just return to our body, return to the challenge. Just again, let yourself feel it. You're probably still feeling it. And just open to another moment earlier in life when you felt this exact way. Let it pop in. Write it down. And just be aware of whatever you're aware of. You might want to write down any details, any awarenesses. There's a good chance these are memories you've had maybe many, many, many times before. But in some way, let yourself receive them with new eyes. Connect to this inner child, this little you, as fully as you can. And finally, just returning to letting go of little Zoe, little you. Again, feeling this recent challenge, feeling it in your body. And then just another moment in your life when you felt this exact way. Let it pop in, the first one. Write it down. And now we're really going to soften into this one. We're really going to let that version, that little you, just become so fully front and center. And if they're kind of already in your lap, just wanting a hug, let that happen. If there is stuff that they need to say, pick up your pen, let them speak, write it out. But we're going to have a couple of minutes just allowing the hugeness of our loving to guide us as we're with this little Zoe, this little you. Just spend your time guided by your heart, your love. You'll hear my voice in a little bit. And if you haven't already in some way given a voice to the hugeness of the compassion and loving that you feel, uh, this is also a part of this work. Obviously, the pain, the experience of the past can be so full that it is a skill to then really be aware of in our heart of hearts, in our big spiritual, divinely feminine, our loving nature. How do we feel towards little Zoe, little you? Really be aware of how do you feel towards this pure and perfect being that's having a hard time? How do you feel towards them? So we're just going to be aware of that energy and we're going to let it flood into our little self. And if there is any words, maybe you want to just stroke their hair and whisper the same thing over and over to them. Maybe there is a whole bunch of things that you want to say to them. But just for the next little bit, allow your huge heart to fill them with that love and understanding that they deserve. And to complete, just hold your beautiful inner child. Just let them know that you'll see them again soon, that you're so proud of them, you love them so much. Just let yourself complete, let yourself hug, and just be grateful for each other. And as you complete, I love to do this. I love to receive like a final word of wisdom from my inner child, because they are, in so many ways, in my experience, just a clear connection through to the divine, to all intelligence. So as they're experiencing that loving and that clearing, like, what do they have to tell you about you and your life right now? Receive some words of wisdom from your inner child. Write that down if you want, but receive that and complete. Hug them and complete. All righty. I just have so many things that I want to say, but I won't, because the actual real power of these live calls is getting to be with everyone live. So I'm going to dive into that But I might keep sharing about different aspects of the inner child process over the next few weeks. It's a rich one, and it is also, I believe, the area in which it's really important for us to really springboard into the authority of our own intuition. Yes, there are beautiful tips and tricks and self-forgiveness statements and compassion and ho'oponopono, but really starting to experience your intuitively divine feminine, such a gift. So we're going to play a little more with that. I love you all. Have beautiful, beautiful weeks.